blue team Firebrand actually had a lot of cooldowns toward the end there. Like the blue team, he was being really, he was using his cooldowns well. He had a lot of mantras up at the end, but I think they got bursted at one point. They got separated a little bit, and then once the timer hit, that was it. I think Naru. Here's what happened. I think Anya blew his burst into the F3 tone, and then he had nothing. And I don't know if the blue team Firebrand actually had that available for him, so he might not have been able to negate the enemy team's burst. And there's no healing after that, so it's pretty much just game over.
Yeah, not only that, but they kind of boxed themselves in between Naru's cleave and the gas, and that's exactly where they didn't want to be there. So next time, now that they know where the gas is going to be coming from, hopefully they'll position themselves a little bit better so they won't have to eat that cleave to try to get to safety.
Who do you guys want me to follow?
Let's do Anya this time.
Perfect.
So we're going to see how it goes from the other team's point of view. I don't know how experienced Adderwolf actually is on Firebrand. I'm pretty sure he's kind of new. Maybe he's been playing it in queue. I'm not quite sure. But let's get started with game 2. Red team races up and gets the positioning right away. It seems like they're getting that positioning right away is actually really good. The Necker is able to fear them down the stairs, and they get a lot of pressure going for them. Anya popping the Spectral Walk. Already F3 down, though. Yeah, the F3 tome already been forced.
A lot of pressure right there.
Up a lot of cooldowns there. MI as well as Contemplation. He might actually be swapped. Firebrand is kind of key. Oh wait, let me switch Firebrand. Switch back to Anya. Yeah, Anya doesn't have too much right now. He's got some corrupt boons, kind of just chilling. Doesn't have too much shroud. Actually gains a good amount right there. Naru almost got knocked off there. I believe Zamazenta is going to swap into his... Oh, he's actually out of his F3 tome right now. He still has the F2 tome available, whereas the blue team Firebrand already is in his F2 tome. They're a little bit ahead on cooldowns this time. There's a good amount of monsters, actually almost all the monsters up available for the blue team Firebrand, and for Helio, pretty much the same. He's almost got everything up. So I think red team is a little bit ahead right now, however their positioning is a little bit worse at the moment. So we'll see if they can push their way back up. Naru dodges in, gets some positioning. He's able to fear Anya down the stairs.
That's pretty good. 40 seconds left until the gas comes up as well. Now's the time to pressure them and force them to not have cooldowns when that 40 seconds comes up so they can't top themselves off.
That's right. And I think what I'm actually seeing here is that both teams are going to have the F3 available for the gas, but not the F2, which is actually good because the F2 is kind of useless, right? And I don't want to say useless. It has cleanse, but not the healing won't be used for it. So the F3 will be available for both teams. So they're going to have to do an all-in clash, and whichever team wins out on the trade is probably going to win. That is if we get to the timer. I'm taking a lot of damage here.
Separated from the Firebrand, dangerously low there. Adderwolf tries to precast the Signet, decides he doesn't need it though. Anya's still dangerously low. 4 seconds until the gas.
Man, this is bad. He needs to go down now so he can get value out of the Signet, but he doesn't go down. The F3 comes out.
Oh.
The timer's gone. He can't wrestle with the Signet. It's over. Yeah, you hate to see it, man.
You do. That was just the worst timing possible there, to be that dangerously low and then decide to go for the precast Signet and unfortunately not be able to get any value out of it because he didn't end up going down. I'm not sure if Naru stopped attacking and gave him some extra time there or what, but that is going to be it for... This is best of 3, right?
Yes, sir. Best of 3.
Okay.
Is there a loser's bracket? Or?
No loser's bracket.
Oh, rest in peace.
End of the line for Maledictus and Anya. Unfortunate. I think they did a good job, though, considering that Maledictus is a Holosmith main and Anya himself is actually a Thief main. Not a bad showing from them.
Slash Rev main. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, you're going against two of, like, you know, someone who's probably the best, actually probably the best Necker right now, and someone who's really good at Firebrand as well. And the intel that they had from playing the game and playing this class for so long actually showed there because they pressed the offensive right before the timer went off, and that just completely screwed blue team. You could just see it was intentional. Like the pushing at that moment was definitely intentional.
Yep, they secured the good positioning for themselves, pressured Anya, separated them with the CC. Okay. And that was it.
I don't have Cellular here, so we're kicking him out of the bracket, replacing him with actually Dwayne Incarnate and Lawler, I believe the team is. So I'm just waiting. I'm going to try to get Dwayne inside here with his partner. Just give me about 2 minutes, guys.
I guess in the meantime we can go over blue team builds. I'm going to check out Solaria's build. Solaria? I'm going to check him out.
Solaria Ara PH.
Yeah, he's running the Paladin's Amulet Lynx with Axe Warhorn Staff. This is a power necro build with a Signet of Spite. That's interesting. I'm actually quite interested to see how that plays out. I feel like there's a lot of utilities that are just better picks than that, but yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. He's a power spec, but he's got spite, so I guess it's just like a burst of condies, and most of the condies aren't even damage condies. They're just like, you know, weakness,
debilitation.
debilitation. Yeah. So
Not
we'll
the
see how that
worst,
goes.
but I mean, he's running it for a reason, so I'm assuming that we'll see what that reason is. Not Sox and Dwayne in the arena now. Dwayne going to be running that Condi Firebrand, I believe. Harrier Amulet, excuse me. So I think that's a power build, actually.
Yeah, that's the Harrier Firebrand. Usually works really well with another DPS, like a Reaper, or I guess in this case an Engie. And real quick, let's check out Mechanical Lighter. I believe he is just running standard Tools Hollow, Demolisher Amulet, Leadership Runes, Rifle.
Opting for a rifle turret there, which is a little bit unorthodox instead of the Elixir U. Not Sox with a more standard Hollow-Smith loadout. But 4 seconds here. Let's get into it. We're gonna watch Dwayne Incarnate.
All right, let's see how this goes. So blue team already getting some pretty solid positioning here. They have a Necro, and one thing to notice actually here is,
oh my god, unable to, saw them go stealth, but wasn't able to react to the huge amount of burst that red team brought out there.
Yeah. So red team. So to put it like, you know, to be real here, I mean, blue team doesn't have a support, and the Reaper starts with no Shroud, and he only has 1 stun break. So not only they're playing against a real comp, right? Like they're playing against like a support DPS, but the support is also a fragger. So like the Reaper can't even get into mid game to where he needs to build Shroud. Like he's just kind of getting, I mean, as an ex Reaper player yourself, that's right.
what do you think Solaria can change up here to maybe give themselves a better fighting chance in this next round?
So he needs to live longer, and by that I mean he needs to take like Spectral Wall, or he needs to take armor, anything that's going to make him live longer, because in the middle of the game is where he can maybe burst something down, right? Like he just needs a little bit of time to like build up his resources and wait for the enemy Firebrand to kind of burn some stuff. But he needs to make it through that beginning, and maybe Lighter can stealth him, or maybe Lighter can play a little bit more frontline, and Solaria can stay like really far back.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's pretty much their only way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to really watch their positioning here. He's opting not to change up any utilities. Will he stay back a little bit though?
They're going in right away again. They know the strat. And but there you go. You see Dwayne Incarnate getting super bursted, even though it doesn't matter. They do manage to get the kill, but Mechanical Lighter actually almost takes them down again. He's so squishy. That's what I'm saying. If they could have just lived for like just a little bit of time, they can actually hard swap to the Firebrand and kill him really quickly. Yeah, they do have a little bit of minimal kill time just because they have a lot of the mantras and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, they are pretty squishy. So
there was some potential there, but unfortunately, Solaria not able to stand out against the Harrier Firebrand and Hollowsmith, 2 extremely damaging classes. I'm excited to see Dwayne Incarnate and Not Sox later on in the tournament. I think we'll see some good games from them.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how they go against Naru and Helio. Although I think that Naru and Helio, with their comp currently, are probably like really favored to win that one. So because Engie gets super pressured by Necro, it's kind of hard for the enemy team to do any damage.
It's
so
true.
We'll have to see how that goes.
It's true, but without the Signet, I mean, they could potentially just out damage it. I mean,
it is possible that the Firebrand also for that round, I believe you're allowed to change utilities, right? They might just take.
Yes, you
maybe
can.
For that, they might take Signet. They probably will just take Signet against that, just for insurance.
No.
Anyway, let's check this next round. It's gonna be Thief Mez. I like this. This is more. Actually, no, I don't. It's Mantra Mez. Let me check out the other team. All right, so let me see here. This is a standard fire. Actually, no. This is a Condi Firebrand with 5. Alright, this is not in my realm of expertise. This is a double Firebrand Clown Fiesta here.
Unfortunately, I don't have much to say on it either, but I will take a look at the Thief's build.
Yeah, let's look at the Thief build.
He's going... Interesting rune choice here. He's going for Rune of Adventure as the power build. I guess he's really looking for that extra dodge that he gets from using a heal skill.
He's running Acro, too. He's running Acro.
Is he? No trickery. Wow.
So he's taking DP for the stealth, I'm guessing. So he's giving his Mesmer some burst with stealth.
But
I guess he's going for a burst and he's got staff.
He has no way to blast it. He's not short bow, he's staff.
Uh-oh. I guess it's for himself. Okay.
It's just for himself.
Interesting strategy. We'll have to see how this goes. Stealth's up again, actually, as the game starts, and I think his target will most likely be. Actually, I guess they're both the same. I don't really know who else they're going to go for.
It looks like Storm's the target right now.
Yeah.
Mad City.
I mean, the Firebrands are going to
cooldowns here really quickly.
This is going to be super tough for blue team because you have so many Aegises and so many blocks and so much blind and so much healing going out, and CC, it's just so hard.
Everything. Oh, he's gonna go down.
Lex going down already, yeah.
Himself with.
This is just like, this is just a comp change required, I think. This is like, if they do manage to get something down, it's kind of a fluke. Like, it has to be perfect, pretty much. They have to get a couple cooldowns and then just do a quick one-shot spike, and it's really hard to do when, you know, the enemy team has so much stab and stuff like that.
I think what they need is a group stealth. I don't see Staff doing anything for Mad City here. I think he should just go for that full DP one-shot with shortbow. Give himself and Lex the proper positioning to get a huge spike in and potentially one-shot them. Because, I mean, the Firebrand themselves, I mean, what amulet is this? Sage? Like, there's not that much toughness there. There's the potential to be one-shot by Mantra and Backstab at the same time. And I think with the comp that they currently have, that's their only play.
Yeah, it really is, because, I mean, assuming that the burst is, you know, perfect, someone could go down. Because the health pools on blue team are super low. They're running Harrier, right? Actually, no, they're running Sages. So the health pools are actually not low.
They've got 17k, but I mean, we're talking about Mantra, Mesmer, and DP here. Like,
there is a lot of potential burst. Yeah, it's super hard. But that's assuming the lockdown or the stuns are coming from, you know, they really don't have that much lockdown, to be honest. They kind of have to just line it up and hope that the Firebrand doesn't dodge. Because I mean, the daze from the Mantra isn't going to, you know, immobilize or stun the enemy, so there is a chance that he can break out and just get away. He has so many blocks, so much stability, and he has support from his teammate too, so we'll have to see if they can do this.
City did swap to the shortbow now. It looks like he will be trying to give the Mesmer that stealth
he heard us.
Talked about. Yeah, he was listening, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Only enough initiative for he got 3 blasts off. I'm wrong.
I think it'd probably be maybe okay, so they're opening kind of slow. They don't want to go for the one-shot. Yeah, I kind of agree with this because there's so much stuff going on right now. There's so many mantras being spent right now. They don't want to burst into all that. But the thing is, Lex already blew his burst, and this is just like red team just has to live. That's how you win this matchup. You have to kite and you have to live. So Mad City needs to just run as far as he can right now because he's not going to do any damage at the moment.
He's got nothing left. The passive burn, Shadow Step gone.
Managed to get the stealth off. Maybe he can reset it as spawn.
Yeah, let's pan over to Lex. This comes down to her. Oh no. Big CC.
Maybe get the stealth off here. I thought the blink just almost coming off cooldown there. Could have maybe stealth and got away if it came up, but fortunate. And blue team will most likely be cleaning up this round. Actually, pretty expected too. This is kind of a hard counter in my opinion, especially with the no low health pools that we would see with Harrier. This is just so much pressure and so many cooldowns, so much protection available for both the Firebrands. Just almost impossible to get a one shot on one of these guys. Because they share them, right? It's not like they'd only have their own cooldown. They share that stuff too, so.
Yeah, Mad City trying to stall things out here, but with 40 seconds to go, I don't see him being able to do it, even with the fog. But he is trying. And it looks like he will finally go down there. Yeah.
That's a tough one. I mean, you can't really be too upset about that one. It's a really tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about double DPS Firebrand here versus Deep and Mesmer. So, solid attempt on the red team's part, able to survive there. They did a lot better the second round.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the play for them was to just stall out the game and just keep re-stealthing and running, getting some cooldowns, re-stealthing, getting out. That's the only way you can win a matchup like that. You know what I mean? You have to stall out, get a bunch of cooldowns, and then go in when the time is right. Or you know what? Maybe you just stall all the way till timer. Honestly, you just keep stealthing up. You stealth till timer. Yeah. And they can't heal up after that. That's pretty much I mean, it doesn't sound that fun, but I mean, this map seems pretty hard to survive like that.
I mean, sometimes that's the choice that you have.
Exactly.
Okay, game starting already. Just gonna go over the builds real quick. Valen gonna be running that DP staff. It looks like Deadly Arts, Trickery, Daredevil. So he's gonna be a lot glassier than the last thief we saw. Grimjack gonna be opting to go with Fire Weaver. That's gonna bring a lot of damage and sustain to the table as well. On the blue team, we have, it appears to be standard Firebrand, Mender's Amulet, and
Link's
Condi Ranger, Condi Traps Ranger.
Oh boy, okay, this is everything was normal, and then it turned into a clown fiesta. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see this because
Yeah,
he's running that short bow.
let's pan over to Fallon here. I think if anybody's going to be the most impactful player, it's probably going to be him. Whether or not he goes down to the Condi traps or if he's able to bring someone down here. Burn through Shadow Step already, getting a little bit pressured. Nice wall, going to knock him down mid dodge there.
So I think this is another matchup where red team in this case is going to have to kind of slowly whittle down.
Ooh, I'm not so sure. Ranger getting dangerously
Actually,
low.
yeah.
Cooldown.
I mean,
Valor.
he's not getting any support from his Firebrand right now. Firebrand needs to pop some tomes. He's not really doing anything right now. He has so much available right now. He's got the MI available too, and he said he uses it for the res. But okay, I don't think the blue Firebrand has played Firebrand in a long time or very, very much at all.
Maybe not.
That was interesting.
Definitely a lot of potential for the blue team, but not really. The heals weren't really coming out there for the Ranger.
Please check the account name of the thief on red. Oh, yeah, check.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
That's actually beyond not Valen.
That was
Damn, that got me, man. I was not. How? Dude,
I
look,
thought for sure.
does Valen only have one L? No.
Has he got 3? Maybe one of those is an I?
Wait, is it Valen
Yeah.
Tief? T-I-E-F?
Yeah, one of them is an I. The first L is an I.
Oh. Yo.
God damn it.
Alright, so assuming the blue Firebrand is gonna
I mean,
You
it
know.
looks just like him.
Yeah.
But moving
Anyway,
forward,
so
the blue
assuming that the
Firebrand-
blue Firebrand actually, presses some buttons this game, I think that what will actually end up happening is that red team will have to kind of stall out and kind of whittle down and get rid of the Firebrand cooldowns before they can go in for a last or for a kill window. Because I mean, Grim is on Bunker Weaver. He's not on like a burst Weaver. You know what I mean?
he is on fire. I mean, fire does do some pressure, but
I mean, when a Firebrand's around, they got tomes up. It should be able to be
Red Lady
nullified.
Syrup gonna...
Okay. Let's move on to the next round. This is.
I mean, it's it's everybody's first tournament at some point, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say let's take it.
That their first round was going to be against pretty experienced players like Grimjack and Beyond. Kind of a little bit of a slaughter.
Yeah, Red Lady getting very flustered there. Looked like just forgot about his buttons and.
Oh no.
Unfortunate. It just takes practice to get that familiarity of when people are in trouble, and yeah. Red team gonna take that one. And next up we have, let's see here, the Company of Commanders and Lolar slash Shub. Okay.
Sounds like an orc from Skyrim. Lolar Shub.
That's your game, dog.
I mean, Oblivion's your game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
All right, well, let's take a look at Joe Ooga Booga's build here. Can't believe I just said that, but Marauder Core Guard, so pretty standard stuff coming out here. Radiance, Valor, Virtues, so going with Rune of Living for us.
Core Guard in 2019. I wonder what he's going to pair with.
I feel like people could opt to switch off the movement speed runes in this tiny little arena. I mean, the 25% movement speed isn't really going to help you that much when your port pretty much covers the entire map.
Yeah,
but,
I'm actually kind of curious to see how Firebrand's going to do with all the no port spots and stuff like that. Especially the pillar. Like if you're a DPS guard starting on blue team, like this guy is, red team could just be on the pillar in the beginning and you can't port on them or you can't do anything, right?
Yeah, you're kind of.
So you have to like manually walk up there.
Whatever hazards they lay out for you.
Yeah, that's kind of a core issue with the map too. I hope at some point either they put one on both sides or they just completely take that one out and kind of rethink how to make it more balanced.
Yeah,
I know Ben was in the chat earlier talking about it, so we'll see.
Yeah, definitely could use. I mean, especially before they do another like legitimate like Guild Wars 2 hosted tournament. It would be nice to see like the map not favoring classes that can abuse no ports as much.
All right,
Just
guys.
given.
It looks like we're not going to have Company of Commanders show up. I had Anya and Malikdis ask me to re-enter. Do you think we should let them re-enter?
I think we
I
should
I
let them
think
re-enter.
I mean they had possibly like the most unfair first round, and I think they will actually show us some good games. So we should let them hop in.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that then.
Anya's team getting a losers bracket run back. Let's see how this
Perks,
goes.
perks
Go
of
ahead.
being a donator. So-
Right, yeah, I mean that's how it goes too. Also, speaking of that, at the end of this tournament, whoever wins this tournament is gonna have to play against the championship round, which is gonna be against the Shoutcasters. If they win, I'll throw in another 500.
Oh shit.
But if they lose, if they lose, then that's actually, if they lose, it's not a big deal. They're not gonna lose anything.
I need someone to leave the arena. Maledictus cannot enter, so if someone can graciously leave the arena for me, that would be greatly appreciated.
Shut up, Julia.
KT demon.
Yeah, it's fucked, Ken.
I mean, maybe some of the people who've played already. I think like Red Lady Syrup was knocked out.
Well, I don't
Matt's-
think it to go again.
Mad City was knocked out.
Anya was knocked out.
Yeah, he was knocked out. They asked. I needed a substitute team. I didn't have any
What's
substitutes.
Helicopter Boy still doing in here?
Before the thing you said, if somebody doesn't show up, that team gets a bye. Like you specifically said that.
I was gonna do that, but they asked to take the spot, and it was. I actually want to see them go a little farther into it.
This is
I
that's
mean,
not something
maybe-
you would normally do. If
Maybe
this is
you
like,
could. They could
Go
like switch up comps or something. I don't know. It's up to Mike at the end of the day.
yeah, if you don't want them to play, they don't have to play.
That's it. But I enjoy watching them play. They were super nice about the whole thing, and they're coming here. And they asked to come back in, and they wanted to replace the guys that I don't have, so I don't mind it. And Lawler and Joe Gabuga are no slouches, so it's not like I'm sending them to the wolves.
All right. Well, here we go. Anya and Adalwolf gonna have a redemption chance here against Joe Ooga Booga and Lalar.
So is this a double DPS card comp? Okay, so similar to the other double DPS rounds, they probably won't be able to all in and kill Anya in the beginning. Actually, they might have a small window where they might be able to kill him instantly in the beginning, and if they don't, and obviously the signet's still available. So if I'm gonna be real, they probably have to kind of get some cooldowns before they can really go for the kill window. But like as you see, Anya's kind of corralling them into their spawn right now. They're trying to. I'm guessing blue team wanted to kind of stall the game out so that they could hit timer, and then maybe go for something. But now they're pushing in. Anya needs to be really careful. I'm gonna be on Anya's point of view because his positioning is key. So Anya taking a good position. As I was saying, this map has so many no port spots, and it's just gonna be interesting to see how blue team actually closes the distance because Anya can jump from platform to platform here too. Like look at this.
Yeah, they're forced to push through. Binding Blade gonna connect though, gonna pull him off that no port. However, Anya
Oh man.
gonna be able to spectral walk right back up and juke them. Joe Ooga Booga looking pretty pressured here. He popped the renewed focus. Heel's gonna come up though. However, not a lot of counter pressure going out here onto Anya and or Adalwolf.
Yeah, they're gonna need to cut away because the only way to force them off the that's actually what they need to do. The only way to force them off the platforms is to peel back into their base, and that actually works out for them too, right? Because then they get to stall out the game longer until timer. So I think the best move for them is actually to kite far back into their spawn until the enemy team pushes off the platform, so that then they can go in. And if they go back to the platforms, they pull back again. It's like a go in, go out kind of deal. Because right now, if they're fighting in middle, this is a very bad position for them to fight in. They can't port around. They're fighting against a support and a necro. They just don't have enough support to deal with that for an extended amount of time. So yeah, red team going to be taking this round pretty handedly. We're going to see if blue team is able to change up strategy a little bit. I believe blue team is starting in the blue base as well, which means they have a lot of room to kite in the back. And it looks like that's what they were doing in the beginning too. They were sitting in the back of their spawn.
I think the dangerous thing about that strategy is if you box yourself into the back there, you're when the gas hits, you're forced to go through the cleave to get to the necro. So there's really nothing stopping them from Anya in particular from standing on that no port and just laying down just so much necro cleave for them to be forced to pass through essentially just to escape the gas. So really kind of a tough situation here for for double core necro with this many no ports, and I mean that's what we were talking about with the map, right? Like it does favor necro because necro has so many no ports that it can sit on and so many spots that it can just drop its cleave in.
For sure.
So it's gonna,
I'd be super surprised if Firebird Necro didn't make it to the finals, especially since Snaro and Helio are going to be playing it. So, you know, I think what I really want to see is how Blue adapts to this. I want to see if maybe they're listening to the stream, maybe they try to sit back this time. And I'm actually gonna watch one of the guards this time. I'm gonna watch Ooga Booga. Let's see what he does. He's kind of still not moving yet. Okay, he's back. Let's see how they adapt this time. I think they're gonna try standing up on the platform like they did last time. Ooga Booga just standing there. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Okay, so they can cut all the way back, right? No, this is where Anya pushes in, right? Now they can.
Yeah,
now they
push in.
maybe going. And the thing is, Anya's already cutting back. They should already be peeling back at this point, using that Great Sword 3 to get back on the base and keep doing this in and out kind of tactic.
But a lot
keep
of
as many
damage
cooldowns.
going on to Anya there. Firebrand gonna top him off, but I mean that's good, poking in and out. Joe didn't really have to blow that much for it, just his heal and smite condition here.
Ooga Booga, I'm not sure what he's doing right now. He's kind of just cutting around, not really doing too much. Lolar and Ooga Booga need to peel back. They need to get out of here. They need to force the Firebrand Necro to get away from the platforms. And right now, Lolar isn't really doing as much as he can either. They're both just kind of running around. Let's check out Lolar. Let's see what he's doing. He's got so little cooldown. Maybe we can port juke someone, but there's so little port spots on this map, and that's going to be him taken down. And I mean that's kind of how it goes, right?
Yeah, I mean it's so tough for them because if one's being focused and you're right on top of them, I mean you both are. Necro has a lot of AOE pressure, so that they were looking to split up, but I think they did actually split up a little bit too much, where one of them was under pressure and the other one wasn't able to counter pressure enough for them. So, yeah. I mean, again, a really tough matchup for them, but Anya and Adalwolf going to be moving on. Joe Ooga Booga and Lolar, not so much. Be interesting to see what comes up next. We've seen some pretty crazy comps coming out so far.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more like actually structured comps. I mean, we're getting like double core guard. I think we had what else did we have earlier? It was like Reaper NG. I mean, this isn't like 2015, 2014, so I'm not like that's not like a thing anymore, right? So I'm excited to see if maybe we can get some real comps coming in here. I see Warrior right now. Okay, so double hollow. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I want to see how double hollow does against Firebird Necro, because
yeah, I mean,
they have the shockwave. Is it double prot hollow? Okay, so they have so much cleanse available, right? So they can make it to the end game if they wanted to, and that would kind of force the Firebird Necro to leave their perch and kind of have to fight. And in a straight up like clash, I'm not really sure the Firebird Necro would win, right? Because they'd have to fight on the bridge as the smoke comes in.
Yeah, so there's definitely potential for the double Hollowsmith to outlast the Firebrand Necro. However, they are going to have to get past Jackie the Blade and Daedalus first. I mean, Warrior is Prot Hollow's natural predator, so I mean, I don't particularly know either of the players on blue team, but there is potential to win. I mean, if anything counters Prot Hollow, it's Warrior. So I'm pretty excited to see where this one goes.
So I thought we were doing no class stacking. Is that not a thing?
I'm not sure.
Guessing not.
No, we're allowed to class stack. You're allowed to ami stack. You're allowed to do whatever you want. The only thing is you cannot change the 3 specs you started with and the class you start with.
Okay. Gotcha. So double shockwave coming out here, CCing Jackie super hard. Already forced to use
a little bit pressured, but they should be able to kite, right? Prot Hollow doesn't have much chasing power. I think Warrior can easily resustain if they need to. Still got his full counter up, Rampage as well. Daedalus off to pop his Rampage here. Prime Lightning getting a little bit pressured. Able to healing turret back up though. Both players on red team looking pretty healthy, while the Warriors have burned through a lot of their really important cooldowns.
Ooh, and Daedalus getting super CC'd there.
Yeah, no more stun breaks.
And that block's already down too. He's pretty much got nothing right now. I'm gonna check what he's got. He's got Berserk stances about it. He needs to start cutting right away. He needs to be out of there.
Yeah, they need to, use put that healing signet to good use and kind of reset the fight a little bit. But it seems like both players are just kind of going for the full slugfest. Jackie, again, getting really pressured here. Daedalus able to recover as he's not the target anymore. But swapping over to the Hollowsmiths, I mean, one of them just used their S, but they both just had S. A lot of potential here.
This is what you call outcomped. So what's going on is the Warriors first of all, are not in the, this is not a good matchup for them, number one. Against 2 hollows, and when the hollows are stacked together, that's good for them. That's because they share everything, right? They share all the heals, they share the buffs and everything. They share the cleave, but the warriors are more like single targeting, and they can't like support each other like the double hollow can.
Yeah, that's
So
a really good observation.
yeah. So I'm not sure. I think the warriors just need to kite more. I think they need to run away as soon as they're getting pressured and let the other warrior kind of hit one of the other engines from behind. Maybe let the core warrior do something like that. Because the core warrior does pretty solid burst, but like I said, they have so much support for each other. It's just almost impossible to kind of break that.
I mean, I think with Rampage, what they need to be looking for is one of the NGs popping that S, right? Once they don't have S, there's the potential to get them with Rampage. And I mean, when you're in Rampage, you have the stab stomp as well as a bunch of cleave. So if they're both on the same target and maybe they kind of coordinate their Rampages with each other, one to make the NG pop S and the other to finish him off after he does, there's some potential there, but they will just get out-sustained if they go for a straight-up slugfest like they just did.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, if it's possible, they might even want to switch builds or switch classes. That does not look like they're doing that. They have the double Rampage available, too. Actually, Jackie running Fear Me. That's an interesting pick. Let me see.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
That's an interesting pickup from him there. I'm not quite
That's a
sure.
Shout low.
You know what? I like the mending. I'm a big fan. Huge fan. Although I don't think it's going to be that useful here. But I'm a big fan.
There's some passion there. He's going...
My game just crashed from looking at that guy's build.
It's not forbidden. He's got Shake It Off as well. Not a whole lot of condies on the Hollowsmith side of things either, so that's an interesting choice as well. Yeah, I'll cast for you while you're waiting to come back. Round 2 starting up here. Jackie and Daedalus going to be looking to maybe turn things back around. Red team is up 1-0 at this point.
Yeah, keep casting for me. I'm on my way. Hopefully there's room in the server. I just looked at the guy's build and just got erased.
All right, we'll follow Prime Light meme for now. I watched the Warriors last time. They're opening with stealth. Looks like their target is Jackie. Jackie kind of realizes that and kites away. Nice decision from him. However, they do immediately swap back over to Daedalus. Good targeting there. It does seem like they are heavily targeting the Warriors. That is, targeting Prime Light meme. He did pop
it's good for them to stay on one
target.
Ooh, forced to pop the Endure Pain there. Daedalus needs to kite maybe a little bit here. They have the Rampage available. I know Daedalus does. Not Jackie the Blade, though. Oh, here it is. It comes out. Maybe they pick them up more. Oh, actually forcing the S from Marvin. Marvin's best waifu. And maybe they might be able to converge on him now and see if they can put any pressure on him.
They seem to realize it, too. They popped the Rampage there, but not enough follow-up going in.
Yeah, the blinds actually were pretty huge there for the red team, able to.
It's true, Jackie. Jackie getting.
Jackie did take it down. Oh, but actually, Marvin was super low. That maybe. Actually, I don't know if he was in stealth. He's probably in stealth there. Yeah, I don't think that would have mattered too much. And that's just the sustain that. That's just the sustain that double hollow brings, especially double prod hollow. And that's another thing. Double prod hollow, as in something that blue team isn't going to be able to rip ever. Like, look at that prot on them. Like, that prot's not coming off anytime soon. So they have a lot of stab, a lot of prot, and yeah, it's just a super tough matchup for Warriors. Everything had to have been lined up there. They had to force the S, and then go Rampage or something. Both of them go Rampage. You know what I mean? It has to be like that. If they can't do it that way, they're not going to get the kill, I don't think. Alright, let me check who we got coming up next here.
Wait, I just realized Jackie doesn't have... He's got Axe Shield, Axe.
Come again?
He's got no main hand.
Wait a minute, he has no main hand.
So he's just got Axe Shield, Axe. I have never seen that before.
Wow, that's actually incredible. I've never seen something like that before. That's actually that's BM. That's BM. He's not even...
He's like, I don't even need another weapon.
Wow, that's actually insane. Wow. All right, let's move to the next round. I'm actually kind of curious to see how Red Team does and how they fare against Firebrand Necro teams. I'm actually pretty sure that that's going to do really well against maybe the other Firebrand Necro teams, maybe against Naru and Helio, but I don't know. I think Helio and Naru are experienced enough to where they'll be able to pressure the Hollows and maybe get a net kill. So we'll see how that goes.
It's good intel for future 2v2 tournaments, though. I mean, with this new map being reintroduced, I'm just spitballing here, but I'm assuming that we'll actually have official 2v2 tournaments coming up soon as well. So this is the time to kind of stake out the good comps for that and kind of be prepared for
crossed.
it. Yeah. They must. I mean, why else would they add this if they weren't planning on reinstituting like a fantastically popular game mode?
Wait. Ben, thoughts on 2v2 queues?
I'll be right back real quick.
All right. I want to hear your thoughts, Ben, because I feel like there's a lot of twos maps that were made, and I'm just kind of wondering, like, why, right? Like, I don't. There's no queue for it. I mean, maybe there'll be tournaments here and there. Can't comment. I hate to see it.
We just need one or
Like-
two people to abandon the arena for a second, just so we can get our competitors in. I'm just waiting for them to enter.
Actually, I want to put it out there that I don't think this game should be twos based. I think it should be threes based. I think that's the best way to balance this game is to do it in threes. Because most of the team fights these days, are either 3 or 4 people, right? Twos is too much. Like there can be a lot of cheese or like kind of counter comps coming out. I think 3 is a solid amount. You have space for a support, a DPS, a bruiser, or 2 bruisers support. Even triple DPS comps could be viable against support. You know what I mean? So. I do think threes matches our current conquest balance at the moment better than twos. That is, yeah, I agree. And if you were to pick a queue system to do, I think you'd have to pick either twos or threes. I don't think you can split the player base that much. Maybe who knows? Maybe if twos or threes work out really well, then and a lot of people come back to the game. Maybe it might be worth doing a twos queue because I think most of these maps can support twos and threes. Maybe not so much the Mist map. I feel like that map is pretty small. Maybe that's just a twos map. A Sura map I think could fit 3. I think this map could fit 3 probably. With a little bit of tweaks, I think this build could fit, or this map could fit 3. But yeah, I mean, if maybe we get another map also coming out that's more twos based. We have like 2 twos maps, 2 threes maps, and then we have a queue. And depending on how that goes, honestly, most of the threes maps can also be played as twos. So that's like a little bit of double dipping there as well. I guess the way,
but I like what I'm hearing right now. I like it.
Yeah, I think Asura Arena is probably the best twos map right now, or threes map, whatever it is. It's the best like small scale arena right now. Although it does have some issues. I think it provides enough LOS, enough kiting potential, and there's I think there's a good enough variety on that map. Although it could be better, I think. This map currently, I think. It's definitely lacking a little bit. I think it needs some tweaks. It's a very nice looking map, right? It looks really nice. Can't really doubt that. It just needs a little bit more LOS in places here and there, maybe less no port spots, and just a little bit more to spice up the map a little bit. Now we don't want to call we don't want to Coliseum treatment. We don't want Coliseum treatment. We don't want boxes everywhere, but just random everything everywhere. But we want just a little bit to cut around it.
Suramus? We're looking at double Deadeye.
Oh god. Okay. Wait, I got an idea for the middle of the map.
Dude, one of them is rifle.
Oh god. That's... Put a fountain in the middle of the map. Done. Just put like a fountain of some kind in the middle of the map. It'll act as LOS. People can kite around it. It's just, something like that.
Wow. So when I saw double rifle, I thought, oh, okay, maybe he's going for quick pockets, like for the initiative on weapon swap, but I think he just likes having 2 different rifle skins. I'm really not sure if that's a mistake or what.
That's interesting. Might just be trying to meme us a little bit.
Could be. I mean, he saw Jackie going with a shield offhand, no main hand, so he's like, eh.
Maybe he was inspired, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess he's not planning on not ever being... I guess he's planning on never being close Here, you know what I think they might do? I think I already know what they're gonna do.
Okay.
Actually, well, I don't know if they've thought this far in ahead, but they'll probably just try to like look at what they have equipped. They have like stealth stuff equipped.
Right.
They'll probably just try to stealth out the majority of this game, and then when the timer hits, they'll probably just try to kill something. And what? Oh, here's another huge thing. To avoid stuff like that, I think there should be an item that spawns like 1 minute into the game that gives people true sight, ability to see stealth, or maybe an item that just reveals everyone, puts like a reveal buff on everyone. No, that's what a lot of other arena games do.
I test that idea.
That's what a lot of other arena style games do, because the option to perma stealth is available, and there needs to be something to do about that. And it wouldn't be a permanent reveal. It would be like
Can you get cleaved when you're in stealth though? Like what's stopping you from just laying down cleave on stealth?
Yeah, I mean this game is. I mean, there's a lot of places you can kite on this map, right? Like you could stealth up in the blue team spawn and re-stealth in the red team spawn, and then re-stealth on the bridge, and you can re-stealth on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just keep re-stealthing. You can play 2 stealth classes and just have them do that all game. So I mean, it's not a problem at this current moment, but I think that it could become a problem. It is a potential problem because a lot of other games have already thought this out, right? I think a decent option would be like an item spawning in the middle of the map, like so people with positioning. What's that?
Let's look at blue team's build here. We have the rifle hollow, so pretty standard stuff. Demo amulet, leadership runes. Not sure if they'll need those for this particular matchup, but they do have a revenant as well, also running demo amulet. So this will be really interesting. I feel like this could go either way, just depending on. I feel like this comes down to a skill matchup, quite honestly.
Truthfully, I don't think that the Deadeyes are actually gonna be as effective as I think on this map. There's gonna be a lot of LOS that they have to deal with, and a lot of kiting potential. However, blue team doesn't have a straight support, so I mean they could get memed here. I was assuming that one of the Deadeyes would be sitting here on the bridge because it's super, just like a straightaway for them. But that column provides good LOS for the blue team. Let's see what's going on. Hasty Harry already.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Almost got him there. That's the glint. I mean.
And that's it. All right. Let's see if Grubby can get this res here.
Going for the shadow step stomp. I don't think. What?
Grubby needs to put up his shield and face the doorway with the res.
I think something. I think.
Please, you gotta do something.
Leave it, boy.
So much damage available for him. He's got prime light. He needs to face the door so they can't cleave the body. Oh, nice knockback by the rev. He's still got prime light. Do the prime light.
I feel like this is
still going for the rest. He still has S for the rest.
Going for the stomp now. He's blinded.
He needs to overcharge shot it. Oh man, so much available to him. It's just unfortunate.
Hasty Hidden Harry couldn't force the S from Grubby Pepega there. Gonna get the healing turret off, but the rifle just taking away. Whoa! Hasty Harry getting dangerous here. Grubby Pepega needs to use the
oh my goodness.
His healing turret.
Grubby needs to kill his turret. Yeah, he needs to stealth up or something. Oh, nice, Joe needs to stealth up off this. Do something. He needs to blow up his turret.
Oh my god.
There we go. There's a stealth. Oh, but he's in mob. There's a stealth though. Don't stomp. Maybe stomp. I don't know.
Be careful. Reset. Get your health.
No, he could have got booby trapped there. No, stop. Yeah, just chill. He's got the range available to him.
I think Grubby Pepega is really gonna do it. Hasty Hidden Harry looking kind of scared here at really low HP, while Grubby Pepega's healing turret is back up.
All he needs to do is get the healing turret off, and there's no way he loses.
No!
Wow.
Harry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That was exciting. I had fun watching that.
Interesting. Wow. A thriller there in game 1, I believe, of the set. That didn't go as I expected, to be honest. I feel like there was a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes, but I think Grubby pulled it out.
I don't think anybody could have expected what we just saw.
Yeah, no way. I mean, Hollow is insane right now. I'm not gonna lie, especially against 2 classes like Deadeye. Deadeye, when it's got nothing, it's got nothing. It's not gonna skirmish with Hollow. It's just gonna get obliterated by Hollow. So the Deadeyes, I think they kind of underestimated Grubby at the end. They could have just kind of peeled away and then reset and came back in on him.
I think Kyo Tachibana needs to put a sword pistol on. What do you need 2 rifles for? If you had a sword pistol, you would just cleave that out for free.
Yeah, I don't really.
I was gonna tell him. It's too late. I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, he just likes his Chaos Rifle skin and Pop Gun skin too much to not have one of them. So, anyway, moving forward,
I respect it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Hasty Hidden Harry here.
Yeah, I'm watching him too right now.
Okay.
This man is stealthing hard, and he's already hit
Used
cap
his
like
heal
10
for
seconds
extra
ago.
stealth.
Wow,
Hidden
this is
shadows.
crazy.
Haven't seen that in a long time.
2019. There's a lot of old school stuff coming out here.
They're
And-
chasing down.
Hidden Harry doesn't
they're
notice that
chasing
they've
down
already.
Tachibana, but he's able to
Alright, here we
stay
go.
by there.
He's got the setup going. He's crouched. Oh,
Oh,
he's
under
waiting. He's
pressure.
waiting. He's waiting for the shield to come down. No, he's still on the rev. He wants to hit the rev again. Okay, they had success with that last time.
They did.
Can't seem
Can
to
he
get
get
anything
stealth
going.
off?
Maybe he can get a shot off here. He still has stealth. He's re-stealthing.
The
And
double
Table's
rifle
LOSing well. He's LOSing well here. Turntables.
gets the nice knockdown. He's gonna swap to his other rifle for good luck. Shadow stepping away. The turntable's still gonna have his glints up. I mean, he's got some.
Oh,
options
this is
here.
scary. This is super scary for
big
Harry.
yet.
He needs to port out. There we go. And I
Yeah,
believe the
he's
NG might have the reveal trade available too. He needs to be super careful not to get caught when
The
he's in
rev
trouble
getting
like that.
dangerously low here, though. No cooldowns left. 8 HP. I mean, that's one snipe away from going down. But
Oh, and
Tachibana-
it's hit really hard. No Glen available. And he just swaps into Glen.
9
He's got
seconds
nothing.
He's gonna go down.
Oh, and he's not taking any
He's
chances.
fine,
Puts down the
he's
blind
fine.
field, goes for the stomp. He doesn't want no chances this time.
They got the stomp. This could be. I mean, this could be
Alright.
Red Team's round.
Raid boss. Raid boss is here.
Oh my
I don't know how
god.
much Harry gets revealed there. He's got
But the
shadow
rifle
stuff available.
The rifle damage just so consistent. Starting to see why Tachibana has two of them. Grubby looking to
Grubby gets
survive.
the
That was,
Oh,
that
this
was a
burst
lot
is
of
so
damage.
hard. Force the S. I don't think he's getting out of this, to be honest. Although I don't think Harry's gonna be able to
That's a
pressure him
lot.
here
No,
unless he
that's
shows stuff. Okay. Yeah.
wow.
All right.
Okay, well, is this the first round where it's 1-1, where it hasn't been a 2-0?
Yeah. That's
I think it is.
I think the reason for that has been a lot of other matchups so far have been pretty much counters, and this one is kind of like a clown fiesta throw, like toss up. Like this one, you don't know what's gonna happen. Pretty much what happens is the rev goes down eventually from the pressure from the dead eyes, and then it just depends on the hollow. To,
I think the Rev and Hollow need to stick together. I think they kind of need the Hollow needs to watch the Revs back. They really.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Grubby did it on his own, it's if he can keep his Rev alive while it's being focused, he has so much room to free cast.
Yeah. If anything, I think Grubby needs to just be all up in the faces of the dead eyes.
Yeah.
He's got the reveal available. He's such a scary, like NG is so scary to be next to as anything pretty much. You just want to be the one who's and it's hard to burst an NG down in one go, right? They have the shield, they have the S, their healing turret is a full heal almost. They have so much available to them. He needs to just be up in their faces with that reveal. And I think Turntables was doing fine in the middle of that game where he was LOSing pretty solidly. He needs to maybe charge up all of his energy and then maybe go in with full energy while he's LOSing. Maybe that's a good idea for him. And I think the Hollow 5 is going to come out here to see if they can get anyone out of stealth, and it comes out.
Oh, they get the knockdown on Tachibana. Able to get himself out of that one pretty quickly.
Oh, and the overheat coming out from Grubby, that's no bueno. Gets to heal up. I think they're pretty safe here. I don't think Red Team wants to push into this. Yeah, I think they should wait it out. I think they should wait it out.
They know at this point they just have to watch out for those rifles. When they're in line of sight, they're safe.
Now, the question is who wins this if it goes to timer? Oh, and I think that... Oh,
I'd almost
Tachibana.
want to say that the Thieves should, right? Because they can just,
Probably.
like, pressure them from afar.
But no, the
Like,
reveal. They're
Tachibana
permanently
pushing in.
revealed, though, right? They're permanently revealed in timer. So they can't stealth.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
There is
Yeah, I think if Blue Team stays behind, they'll be fine.
there is a trait in Deadeye that you can still stealth after the mechanic.
Right, oh, so it actually works.
Yeah.
Oh. That's janky.
Yeah, very.
Just for
And also barrier
And
still
Tachibana
works.
getting in. Let's see if who he's going to open on here. Hollow 5 missing
Tachibana looking for
there.
some damage, gets an immobilize off. Building up that malice, able to kind of negate the unrelenting sword 3 or whatever it's called there from turntables.
Oh my. Both these
Turntables
jump
looking
in.
pretty
Especially the Harry needs to get out of there. He needs to reset, maybe run back into his space. Tachibana should be able to survive on his own. Let me check his cooldowns. He has all of his cooldowns available. Oh, so much damage going out on the
Turntable's getting
turntables.
really pressured here. This could be insanely bad for him.
Oh, Big getting in the heal form. Grubby getting in the heal form. That's big. That's big. Let's see what his glint timer is looking like. His glint timer. He's still got 10 seconds.
Oh,
to kill.
Harry gonna go. Oh, the big staff 5 gonna kind of push him out of position there and bring Harry down. It's up to Tachibana now to try to turn this around. With turntables this low, he has the possibility to, but will he be able to do it is the question. With the double rifle,
this man is insane. You don't want to doubt this man.
I don't know.
Anyone who would run two. Oh my god, that hits him. What?
Oh.
Store 3 hits him up there. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, anyone who would run. Anyone who would run 2 rifles is insane. You never want to, let that guy.
I wouldn't mess with this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's just doing it for the energy sigils. Like, that has to be it.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like there's so much other.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, just taking sword pistol, you can go in. You have the. I mean, I don't really see how the smoke field's that useful, but
I think sword pistol would have been really huge for them there. But regardless, I think blue team really, or the Hollow and red, really did an excellent job, kind of revising their strategy and countering that rifle pressure by using their terrain and peeling for each other, just like we said they should. So that was really well played by them. I had a lot of fun watching those rounds. Not gonna lie.
Big clown fiesta. Big thrillers.
Looks like we're gonna be seeing another Firebrand Necro combination.
So this is Bo and.
Okay, don't you guys laugh at me now.
All right, we're watching you, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Alex is supposed to come in. Where is Alex? He's not here. Alex, are you here?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, Alex is not here. I might. Okay, hold on. Alex, are you here? If he's not here, I'm going to replace our team with the one I eliminated, Perfect Cellula, and his friend, Alex. No, he's not here, so he's up.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. There's going to be a ferocious match.
Ferocious matchup. So Firebrand Necro. What are they going to be going up against? Cellula is an NG, I believe, right? I wouldn't put it past him to just run double hollow. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know who his teammate is, but I'm sensing it. That's like the classic, like, you're an NG main, and you're like, alright, what comp am I going to play? Alright, double NG. That's just, oh, comes
With the Mirage.
Oh, this is a Condi Mesmer. Unfortunate.
Not able to take Chaotic Interruption anymore, but Bountiful Disillusionment. I mean, I don't really see the stab being that helpful, but for the prot. See, okay, what do you think about illusions on Condi Mesmer, Ceromus?
Okay, it's been a while.
Instead of Chaos. I feel like illusions is good.
It's been a while since I've played Condi and like tested the stuff.
We'll save it for another time.
Yeah. Chaos definitely makes you super bulky though, so I think that's pretty important. And you kind of let your clones do the work for you. You can sit back. Anyway, let's get started with this round. My predictions for this round is that Firebrand Necro will most likely end up, taking this. I think with proper positioning, Firebrand Necro should be able to take this pretty handedly.
And it looks like the positioning is their main focus as they go straight for that pillar that you've been talking about this whole time. Spartan getting a little bit pressured here, however, he does have that Plague Signet up as well. Oh my...
Opting to took out that clone. That was aggressive, man.
That was...
Clone.
He wasn't messing around.
Like, blue team doesn't have much support at all, right? All they have is a hollow heal. So as long as red team positions properly and they kind of whittle down red team, there's no way they lose this, right? I don't think it's possible to lose this.
I think so, but Cellula able to connect a pretty big Prime Light Beam there, going to force some cooldowns out of the Firebrand Necro. The Firebrand, however, does still have that Signet up, so they are going to have to watch out for that in the event that they do manage to get Spartan down.
Oh, Neff
getting
so
really pressured here. Able to get the RP free, but...
Definitely going to go down here.
Yeah, trying to do as much damage as she could before she goes down, but I don't think there's any way Cellula gets that back up.
Spartan's getting super low there. I'm not sure if the Signet is available, actually, for Bow. Yeah, this is just a classic unit. This is kind of the same thing as those two those two core guards, right? Like they
Yep.
can't. Yeah, they need to really play back, kind of wait for timer. If the Necro comes down, then you go in. If it goes back up, you cut it back. And if it's timer, that's good for you, right? Like you get to go in for an all in, and there's no signal available, there's no red signal available. If you get summoned down, it's over. You know. However, Necro does have the what's it called? The barrier available, which actually persists through. I believe that it works through the timer. So
It does. Yes.
Yeah,
we've
it's
seen
super
that it
strong.
does.
Necro's just busted for this, man.
It really
Necro
is.
Firebrand is really good.
Yeah. It's you gotta play so well to be able to beat that duo with as anything except for that duo. I think. I mean, like we said before, it'll be interesting to see the double prot hollow matchup against that, just because of the amount of sustain and constant pressure it has, and like the ability to peel for each other. But I mean, it's just, especially for this map, Necro is just so scary, with so many choke points and no ports that they can kind of hide out on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm interested to see if blue team is gonna adapt here and not go ham. Like they need to just force some cooldowns, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. And then
Yeah,
if they
I'd
get
like
super
to
pressure, they run away. They just run into base. They run away from as far away from the Firebrand Necro as possible. Maybe even split them up.
I think Null Field would be really good for Neff here. But anyway, the game is moving forward. Red team up 1-0 here. Blue gonna have to do something kind of crazy to turn this around. I'm gonna watch the Necro.
All right. Yeah, I'll watch it. All right, game 2 underway. Assuming, and you know what? The red team always has the Firebrand Necro. They always get the good positioning. I think we should make it a rule. If it's Firebrand Necro versus anything, they get blue side.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Delia taking a little bit of cleave there. Spartan Necro.
Oh, he is so pressured right now. No heal up available. No heal up. He's dead out of that S. He's dead. He's gonna drop the breach mirror, maybe? Yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
He's
that's
dead.
exactly what he does.
Ooh, does he have his heal coming up? Yeah, no, I think he's
Hiding
dead.
well, but there's just nothing he could do against that. He just took so much damage, and I mean the S was popped a little bit late, I think, as well. He kind of ate a few ticks of it first, but
Yeah.
again, there's not a whole lot they could have done there.
Yeah, that's
It's
kind
gotta
of
be so
expected.
well. Yeah, it's got to be so well coordinated to be able to kill a Necro or a Scourge specifically through a Firebrand's like support on this kind of map.
Like I'm saying, it's just timer. You just gotta play timer. I think anytime I've played against this comp, you just gotta play till timer, especially if like the Necro goes blood or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, some super anti-power builds.
Yeah,
that are
the timer's here to prevent people from going double stall. So it'd be good to try to take.
And the thing is, it's not even like it's just a free game when that happens, right? Like Firebrand Necro's still scary even at timer. Like
they've got that barrier that you talked about as well.
And they got the barrier, they got the the tomes coming out, they still have stab and Aegis and stuff like that, which all persist through the timer and is essentially defensive stuff that they can use after timer. So I believe we have Beyond and Grim again. I don't know what happened to Naru.
That's going to be the next match. I was kind of confused as who replaced who, so I wasn't sure, so I allowed myself a little bit more time to find out who the other participants were. So as soon as this match is over, we're going right back to it.
So we'll move up the bracket. Okay. So, all right. So we're gonna have Grimjack and I believe Beyond versus who we got. Sorum and Peanut.
He's going for staff shortbow with Deadly Arts, Trickery, Daredevil. So he's really just a high damage staff build. I'm not sure what the shortbow is for on this map, but I'm sure we'll find out when the game gets underway. Grimjack still running that same Fire Weaver spec that we've seen from him before.
This is gonna be tough. Red team is gonna have a really hard time. This is the double Firebrand comp. This is gonna be like really hard. Like this is. I don't think they're super not favored in this matchup. In fact, I think if they lose, they'll probably switch up comp.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I mean,
there's so much cleave available. And there's so much protection, Aegis, stab. Like, how do you lock?
I feel like Condi Thief would be really good here in place of the Staff Thief, and he actually could switch to that. I mean, it's the same trait lines.
Yeah, you'd probably have a better time on Condi. You can go in, go out really easily.
Yeah.
And I mean, those Firebrands are. I mean, they do have cleanse, but once they're out of the cleanse, they're really vulnerable.
It's true, but I mean, what can staff do against that much block and
Aegis,
blind?
yes.
And,
Oh
yeah,
my shit.
I feel like the single hit damage from staff isn't going to be able to break through, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. And I mean, he will have like a lot of. I mean, he should have a lot of sustain with the staff, but yeah, I think this will come down to how well Grimjack can train something down while Beyond tries to survive, pretty much.
Yeah, I think what's going to go down. I think what's going to happen is they're going to have the initial engage, and the blue team's going to win that initial engage. Red team will have to peel out. Maybe Grim heals up and goes back in. Grim trains something enough to where Beyond can kill it, and then Beyond pops that Assassin Signet and goes in with a huge burst with Staff, or even I believe he's Staff. Oh, Sharpa. So yeah, probably be with Staff. He needs to pop that Dagger or Assassin Signet and go in with that Staff. Maybe Dagger Storm after to secure the kill. As soon as they have summoned down, they got it right. So. I think that's my prediction for this round. So let's see how this goes. See how red opens up. Looks like Beyond getting up top quickly, getting a cluster bomb off, removing the Agi from the Firebrands, and it's just kiting right now. Grim taking some pressure here. I don't believe Grim will be able to get killed easily. I think he's going to be able to cut out.
Going out into Kenpachi, able to recover from that, but will he actually, using everything he's got at his disposal here to try to stay alive? Looks like
he actually doesn't have much. He burned a lot of stuff, and this is kind of what I was saying. I think even though it looked really good
take
for
a look at
Red,
Grimjack though.
Yeah, it looked really good for Red. This is where Blue's cooldowns are starting to get low, but they were able to win out on that trade. And now it's gonna be up to Red team to back up and then go in at the right time. While right now Kenpachi is actually bringing up his monsters up. This is actually a really good time to push him, and actually
Grim takes him down there, 1v2.
I think that was wait, maybe that was. I think the cluster bombs are also coming in, maybe, but yeah, he's not safe either. Beyond needs to cut away. They're both really pressured. They just need to cut away.
You're gonna have his heal up though. I don't see.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That was huge.
Yeah, that's game one.
Beyond proving me wrong about the short bow, the cluster bombs definitely did do a lot of pressure on the start, able to kind of kite away from the Guardians while kind of tossing them behind him. I like that. That was well played on his part. Grimjack also doing an excellent job staying alive under pressure from those two very heavy-hitting classes.
Yeah, they just need to survive and then go in for a coordinated burst, right? And I think that the short bow is actually good for cleaning up something or pressuring while he's not able to go in yet, right? Like he's got something because he's got two melee weapons and he's constantly risking himself getting pressured.
Right, and with the amount of no ports that there are, I actually like the amount of kind of denial that Staff and Shortbow brings to that. If somebody wants to sit up on a no port, they're not safe there because they could get vaulted on, they could get cluster bombed. There's a lot of options. So I really like that choice now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if the same kind of style of match will happen, except whether Red actually ends up getting that initial kill, because they were super close to it that first game. But
I think the Firebrands will play safer this time. I don't think they're going to fall for that kind of bait, that they did in the beginning, kind of taking some cluster bomb cleave and then getting ported on. They should try to stick together here and kind of stack up their AoE with each other and make it really hard to be engaged on.
For sure. I'm actually going to take a look at Beyond here. I'm going to watch him because I think he's really the playmaker in this game.
I think so. This really comes down to what he can do with the staff.
Getting rid of a lot of the blocks already. Might be forced to pop Shadow Step here. He does.
He is.
Well, a lot of pressure coming out from Grim. This is what they need. They need Grim to pressure him down, and then
Beyond on the Kenpachi as well.
Big Dagger Storm coming in. If they survive this, though, Beyond doesn't have too much right now. He's probably going to have to back up.
It's true. I'm going to tab over to Kenpachi just to see what he's got left. It does look like he's going to be able to reach the Beyond gets taken down in the cleave. Oh, no. Got to be so careful.
Oh, but Kenpachi might go down as well. No,
I think he'll be okay. He's got Storm supporting him there as well. Grim with a minute left. I mean, this is Weaver. Weaver has the potential to stall this out, but he does fail the jumping puzzle there, and it's going to cost him a lot of HP and cooldowns to make it back out of that.
Unforge.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to check out they're not even channeling their monsters right now. Okay, now they are. Okay. So that's the best thing you can do in this case. Just make sure you don't get memed. Get those mantras up.
Yeah, well played by them. Able to kind of give themselves some breathing room there. Grim just looking to try to stall this out again, but with no cooldowns left and a lot of CC coming out. Invuln going to be up in time, but I mean, How do you turn this around, Terms?
Well, pretty much, he needs to live until timer, hopefully be full health by the time timer hits, and then land a really good Connie burst on someone. That's probably his best bet. I don't think he's going to make it out of this right now, though. Yeah, he's taken down. I mean, that's almost impossible to 1v2 on against that, so... I mean, that's fine. I think their strategy is okay. Like, they know what to do. They just can, maybe play it a little bit better this time.
Yeah, I think they did get a little bit impatient, maybe kind of overconfident from the first round as well. Beyond probably should have played a little bit more safely there with the Shadow Step. I mean, just knowing how much CC that the double Firebrand does actually bring. Maybe we'll see him actually slot a second stun break even. But yeah, just kind of they have the time to stall it out. I mean, it comes down to basically a one-shot from him. So taking your time to kind of reset the fight, get your cooldowns back, like that doesn't really hurt him so much. It's not like they have to keep up a bunch of sustained pressure to be able to win this. But anyway, 1-1 right now. I like what I've seen from the past 2 games. Who do you think's going to take it, Rose?
I think. Hold on, I'm getting some messages here saying that it's actually not. I don't know who the thief is. I'm just going to call him Balin for now. So I'm really so I think what they need to keep in mind is that they shouldn't go for the kill on the initial burst, right? I've been saying this a lot. They shouldn't go for the initial kill on the burst. He got the steal off, and obviously they're not going to be able to get the kill. That steal wasn't used in a situation where... Oh.
Wait, what? What is going on right now? Is that not the
Yeah, I don't think that's the real one, because he just says, Balin just messaged me. He's like, kick that guy out, please. It's not me.
Oh my god.
Is the Valen's actually supposed to be on this team?
So what? Just okay. Explain to me, like, really simply what the hell is going on
I'm
here.
not entirely sure, but I think this is the team that's supposed to be there. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he was supposed to be playing with Valen. Now that I remember, he's going to play with Valen.
So Beyond just pretended to be Valen for a round, and then Valen came back, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, I am so confused.
Yeah,
but
me too, guys. Very confused.
Alright.
I mean,
We don't have
it's
very good metal
entertaining.
detectors here. We need better screening. Alright, let's see how Valen ends up doing. Honestly, I don't think Valen's going to play this as well as Beyond would, but we're going to see. I don't know. Maybe Valen will prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty impressed with the way Beyond played the first round, but I don't even know what to think.
He copied his
anymore.
build too.
Dude, they looked the exact same.
Yo, that was godlike. That was an
I-
S tier meme. He got away with it for so long. No one said anything.
I don't understand. Like, and the fact that we thought it was Valen to begin with, like, was it Valen the first time?
I think
I don't.
Right?
No,
think
it wasn't Valen.
I think it was, because I rechecked
was.
his name and it was him. And Grimjack would have definitely said
Dude.
something to me if it wasn't.
Maybe Valen was like
Anyway,
AFK while the games were going on.
Maybe.
Anyway, let's get to
So,
this game.
so is this still 1-1?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm not sure what's happening
Alright.
with this match.
Alright,
That
get in there,
guy's going
Valen.
hard.
Oh, he's starting the same way that Beyond would. Oh, dude.
I know.
Valen, oh my god, Beyond had the RP down to a science.
He knew without even seeing it. I mean, that's just
That's
crazy. Anyway,
amazing.
Kenpachi getting really
here
pressured.
we
He's
go.
gonna have to pop the first take of his heal mantra.
I don't like that shadow step from Valen. I don't like that. I
No,
thought that
he's
was
gonna-
very wasteful. He's gonna port back
he's
here, I
gonna-
think.
Yeah, well, let's tab over to him because this is a dangerous spot for him. He seems to know that he should be defensive here. I think he's vaulting away. Does go for the steal too.
He needs to back up after this. There's no way they're gonna get this kill, right? So he needs
He's
to wait for his
he's
next
got the
steal.
improv, so he's got a shadow step back. Right now, Grim
True.
just has to be careful. And meanwhile, Sorum and actually both Kenpachi looking fairly healthy here. I don't think any of them are in too much danger as it is. Valen kind of hanging back, waiting for Swipe to come back up. Sorum.
Oh, I
gets
see.
though.
Wasn't
Valen
this
shadow
there? And the
Ooh,
dagger
maybe
strike
able
coming
to
out,
sustain
maybe
it.
gonna finish him off here.
But the
Not
support
quite.
coming out from Kenpachi as well, able to keep Sorum alive for the time being.
I like this. Good job by Valen backing out there because he has 5 seconds left on his steal again. Grim should be fine. Grim's playing Weaver. You know, Grim is the one who's peppering everyone, right? Grim is getting someone low enough to the point where Valen can come kill it, and he's kind of frontlining for him, right? You can't leave the Weaver alone. He's actually gonna drain you if you don't. if you leave him
Yeah.
alone, right? So
Valen's got a lot of cooldowns left here. I think it's time for him to go in though. Grimjack looking kind of pressured. There it is, the steal too. Gonna do a lot of damage on Kimpachi.
who has
And it's-
very few mantras up right now. He's actually charging up his other ones.
But Grim just gets totally decimated by the symbols. Valen trying desperately to do some damage, but I
That's the
think
worst case
Valen
scenario,
just waited
right?
a little bit too long. I hate to say it, but I think he just kind of sat on the sidelines and had a little bit too much faith in Grim's ability to tank those two things. And now with
Yeah,
3
I mean, it's a lot
KHP
of
and no
pressure.
cooldowns and the CC coming out, that's going to be the end of Valen and Grimjack. So, wow.
I mean, to be honest, I think Valen did a pretty solid job backing out when he had nothing, right? Like he wouldn't just stay in there and face tank everything. It was
I
just
think that's
super
it.
unfortunate. It was super unfortunate that Grim got taken out there. I mean, there's so much damage coming out.
I mean, he had roll for initiative and he had agility signet up as well. I think there was more damage that he could have potentially done there, and counter pressure to take off of Grim. But regardless, a tragedy nonetheless, and a meme fest to top it all off.
Absolute meme fest. Two Volantives, two separate people, but they played so similarly. Well, I think Beyond was a lot more aggressive, but yeah. Anyway, the opener was the same. It was crazy. I felt like I was just watching Valen the entire time.
But how did he know? That's what I don't understand.
Dude, I don't know, man. How does he get this intel?
He just communes with like I don't.
He's an RP god, man.
Yeah.
Or Beyond.
Wow. Anyway, next matchup gonna be, I would say, our first seed pair right here, Naru and Helio on the Necro Firebrand. And against them, we do have Dwayna going to be running the Harriers DPS Firebrand and not Socks with the DPS Hollow. Both pretty, standard range Q specs there. I don't expect this to be a pushover. I mean, I think, again, like we said 1,000 times, Scourge is just so favored here. But I also think that Not Socks and Dwayna have a lot of damage, and they might be able to take a round or maybe two. So let's follow Not Socks here and see what they can do.
All right, yeah, it's going to be really crucial to see how he closes the distance and what he does when Naru decides to kite away. Because when Naru has nothing, he's probably going to kite away to the pillar and get up top. Like, I'm actually going to switch to Naru real quick just to see what he's up to. He's kind of kiting back toward the pillar now. He's got his heal up. But yeah, I think in a second here, he's probably going to start cutting up to the pillar as soon as he's just getting pressured a little bit. Maybe not, as Helio is hot on his tail.
Dwayna
And
has
so much damage
all
on
of
Firebrand.
the
Firebrand might
virtues
go down. Okay, so he decides to pour up. Uses that MI to get close to his teammate, offer some support. And still, Corrupt's still available for Naru too. Naru takes him out. And Not Socks, no way that he's bringing this back. There's no way.
It's just not possible. I mean, with the Firebrand support, MI still up, there was just no chance of him being able to clutch a meme 1v2 out.
And this is actually a matchup that I actually foreshadowed to earlier in the tournament, right? Like how this map in particular, and not only just this map, but Necro already kind of farms Engie, right? Like Necro, especially when it has support and it's like on its own curses, but it has so much like Sunbreak availability from itself and its Firebrand, and it has so much ability to just keep pressuring the enemy Firebrand. Another thing to notice actually is that the Firebrand would usually be getting barrier from its Scourge. That extra support that it usually has is no longer there with the Engie, right? So they have a lot of distance to cross to get to the Necro, and the pressure that it deals out is so much, and it doesn't get, and then the Firebrand can be turned on because the Firebrand's spending so much time trying to heal the Engie. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what we saw there. Actually, I think they're starting a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Oh, they want to swap sides. Oh, they want to swap sides. They want a side swap.
A little bit of DM in the chat right now.
Nonsense going on in chat, yeah. I mean, I think it's okay for, like, if they wanted to switch every round, that's fine. But, I mean, red team had it on the first round, so. So yeah, I think I'd be okay with them swapping this round, and then maybe red gets, red team goes back red team on the final round. But yeah,
I think with the amount of teams that we have in this tournament, it would just be too tedious to have them constantly switching back and forth.
Yeah. to be honest, I don't think the sides actually mean that much here. Because, like, in the beginning of the game, like, they have all their cooldowns, right? Like, the Necro comes straight up just walk.
To that. Yeah.
They can just walk to it, you know what I'm saying? And what are they going to do? Like, what is the NG and Firebrand going to do? They're going to, like, stand up there and try to get him off? Like, no. They're going to have to back up immediately.
Like, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say that, like, red team doesn't have an advantage, because they do. But it's not enough that I think it would warrant switching every single time, especially for a match that was just as one-sided as the one we just saw. So I hopefully we can just get this round underway. It looks like everybody's on the proper teams, on their proper sides. BM still flying everywhere in map chat, but the game is starting 1-0 for red team. Blue really gonna have to do something crazy to turn this around.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. I'm not really sure who to follow here. I'm sure we need to watch Sox, I think, because he's the only one who can possibly make something happen in this game.
I think so. Yep.
Because I'm sure Naru is gonna be the Titan that he has to take down, right? And Naru, we already know what he's gonna be doing. He's just gonna be fragging out all game. But Sox is the one who can maybe make something happen. Maybe.
Yeah, not really gonna connect a lot of damage there. Looks like
he's AFK. Okay.
I think he might be lagging. Yeah, it looks like he's lagging out for sure. He's just spamming the.
Oh yeah, he just poured it. Okay. Oh my, holy moly! Okay. All right.
That was incredible. That's actually the next.
You know, he avoided a lot of cleave that way, so you know, not horrible. And maybe getting some damage on Naru here. We'll see. Actually gets full healed up by some
in that time, unfortunately, Dwayne had burned through every single tome, and now going into the heal mantras as well.
And he's just staying there tanking. He needs to start kiting, man. He needs to get to the base or something. And he's gonna need to use that heal. Oh, man, unfortunate. I mean, to be completely honest, I don't think it really mattered. I think red team would have won regardless. But yeah, it kind of sucks. He also was seeing there.
Yeah. Nobody likes to see that, but I do think it would have ended with red coming out on top regardless. So I don't have the bracket in front of me. What's the next match we got coming up?
Let's see.
So we have Anya versus Bountiful. Anya's team versus Zoj, I think.
All right. So this is interesting. I'm actually super interested. This is probably going to be like one of the highlights of this entire tournament. This is I don't know who the other NG is. Let's see who that is.
Marvin.
Okay. DMVC. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I think this could go either way. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean we were curious about this matchup to begin with, and while Anya and Adawolf are both very talented players, they don't main these classes, so I think this is kind of the proving grounds for the double prop hollow comp, whether or not it can actually prevail against the dominating Necro Firebrand duo. But
yeah, this is good intel for Naru and Helio also watching this, just in case they want to see how. If Anya and Adawolf win this, you know what I mean. I feel like if you're Naru and Helio, you're gonna feel pretty confident because they're more comfortable with those classes.
I think so as well. I'm gonna follow one of the hollow smiths here.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
on Prime Light meme.
All right.
I want to see what kind of pressure they can put out. They
re-stealth actually. Ooh, and they knew. Naru knew.
He did.
They're slowly making their way up.
Already
forced to pop the heal here in a second.
Yeah, they're kind of put up there, but not clear who the target is right now.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure. I think they maybe want to go for Anya here. They kind of swap to the Firebrand sometimes. They want to really just be, kind of balled up and roll together.
Anya's separated from the Firebrand for a moment.
Maybe an S proc here. Nope, no S. Okay. Prod Hollow has a good amount of sustain and cleanse.
Yeah, Marvin did pop the S, however, Prime Light Meme also pops it right there.
Also pops the S, so they have no stun breaks right now available.
Those are some important cooldowns they burned through. I feel like they need to put out a little bit more pressure onto the Necro, keep CCing him.
Yeah, this is probably the part of the game where the blue team should probably run away and force the Firebrand Necro off, right? They should force them to push into them because they're behind right now, and they don't want them to keep fighting in this area.
I mean, that being said, Anya has burned through his stun breaks, and Adderwolf only with the F2 come up as well. So
I'm gonna swap over to Anya here, actually.
Okay, I'll follow you.
So Anya getting really good positioning up here right now. Gets so
Prime
much damage
Lightning.
on the Prime Lightning. He's dead. He's dead.
Oh,
Let's see if
man.
Rez is gonna be able to come out. I doubt it, but the S-Res coming. Maybe. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Ooh, that's big. That's so big.
Clutch
right
Rez.
now. They still have the potential to turn this around. With 20 seconds left, they need to try to get away, top themselves off, and then position themselves in a place to force the Firebrand Scourge to come to them when the gas hits.
Yeah. A lot of pressure going on to Prime Lightning though. He has to just get the stealth off. He's gonna get revealed here by his own skill.
Yeah,
And
10 seconds left. Oh, this is really
this
dangerous.
is super bad for Blue. It gets healed a little bit by his teammate there. Maybe does Prime Lightning have his heal? He gets healed right before the timer. But he gets so pressured by Connie's right now.
And do a lot of CC and damage. There's potential.
Oh no way! Prime Lightning is not looking too hot here. He's probably gonna go down.
Away. Oh, they need to not run away.
Yeah, that fear.
It's
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, the amount of stab that's available, the amount of prod that's available, the amount of support that's available from the Firebrand is like this. It's enough for the Necro to just kind of train the NGs, and if they're stacked together, they're eating cleave. And yeah, their cleanses are AOE, but the thing is, once you've gotten through those cleanses, if they're not being cycled properly for each other, they're gonna get melted, right? They get through the S and it's over. So I think if they are able to beat this red team right now, they're gonna get rolled by Naru and Helio. That's probably my prediction. However, I think that red team will actually win this. I think they've already understood how this matchup's gonna work. I don't know. Maybe blue team tries to change it up. Maybe stays back a little bit more. They just don't have enough damage. They don't have enough damage to just negate the fact that red team has support. They don't have enough to negate that support. We're doing that to the point where they're doing like tools hollow level damage, right?
Yeah.
So they just kind of go in and kind of get some damage. They don't get any knockdowns because there's so much stab and prot and Aegis available and stun breaks that they don't get any like CC lined up, and then they just eat so much cleave on top of the Necro.
It's true.
We're gonna see how that. Yeah.
I think they actually had a potential to maybe meme them there when the timer hit off, because they were able to top their HP off. If they could just get some CC on the Necro so we can't counter pressure them. I mean, it's really just like who loses all their health first. There's no healing to bring yourselves back up. So kiting away from the Necro is definitely not the play there. But regardless, let's see if they can maybe learn something from that last one and do it a little better this time.
They're gonna maybe stealth up. Maybe they play a little bit more defensive this time. No stealth yet. No stealth. Okay. Maybe they stealth up now. Yeah, they stealth up now. They go separate ways too. They go separate ways. No, they're converting.
I like that. Gonna knock the stab stack off Anya, but
another stab being reapplied instantly. The F3 tome comes out and immediate S.
Yeah, that was the elite coming out from Anya as well.
Wait a minute. I just realized that the Marvin clone is running supply crate.
What? Oh my! I see that.
That's interesting. I'm not quite sure. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Mortar Kid would have done a little bit more for him there, but I mean, he's the hollow here.
Yeah, at the moment the blue team is heavily losing Stand War right now, as Prime Light Meme is no cooldowns right now, and he needs to run. If he gets condied up right now, he is done for. He gets a slight heal from his teammate there, but gets feared into the wall. No cleanse, nothing.
He's about to overheat as well.
Ooh, he comes out in time, but he dies. Unless it's over. This is over. They're going for the stomp right now, double stomping. Marvin's might try to 2v1, but there's no way. TBH. Yeah, NG, especially on a map like this, where not only is Firebrand Necro godlike, but you have a map that's also really good for Necro. You got no chance, honestly, with this comp.
Yeah, it's tough. We were curious, but I think this kind of just proved that Scourge just has too much pressure, too much cleave, and there's just not enough room for Hollowsmith to dance around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think next round we have Bo and Spartan against Soul and Fiddle Herc. I think that's what we have next. what's most likely going to go down is Anya and who's this firebrand? I just forgot. Anya and who's he? Oh, he's with
Topaz.
Popaz. Yeah, he's with Popaz.
Yeah.
So Anya and Popaz will most likely make it to the finals and probably see Naru and Helio there. And you know what? You know, we have Naru, the more experienced Necro there, right? And as for the two firebrands, though, I feel like, you know, Naru being in comms with Helio can kind of direct him, right? Like, because Helio doesn't really play that class that much, right? He knows the buttons, but he doesn't play it that much. I think that communication that they're going to have and the presence in Discord is going to be really important for them just completely securing the win. Like, I don't think Anya and because I mean, also Popaz, I don't know how much he's played Firebrand. I barely ever see that guy on Firebrand, so.
I haven't seen it much, but he was performing pretty well in it from what we did see. Able to.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's playing solidly
at the right time.
The thing is, having someone like Naru on your team who's experienced with, you know, probably the best Firebrand right now, on your team, like guiding you as well to tell you what to do at what times is super useful. And let's get started with this next game here. Rev NG versus Firebrand Necro. Now, the name of the game here, kite it out, go for a kill later. You probably won't get the kill right away.
Oh, he needs to pop that glint.
It's that glint off. Actually gets the prime light on the Firebrand there. Pretty solid pressure going out on the blue. Forced to use the Plague Signet. I'm not sure why he's running Plague Signet. So much pressure and no glint available for the Rev.
Yeah.
That's not the way you can win against a comp like Firebrand Necro. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta.
You can't just trade damage with them.
You can't, especially they're very front loaded. You know what I mean? Like, they have all the tomes available. They have all the heals available. They have so much Necro. You know, so many Necro cooldowns available early in the fight. You gotta wait a little bit. You gotta poke in and poke out, get some cooldowns, then go back in for the kill when someone's kind of getting peppered up.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's definitely really tough for them. But they can't just stand in the cleave and try to trade damage back and forth for sure. But we did see a lot of pressure come out, so it's possible if they play carefully enough that they could take one of them down. Especially, you know, there's the timer to contend with as well. I think those two classes could stall it out until timer if they really wanted to.
Yeah, it's super tough, but you know, maybe even if they split up and kind of just ran separate ways, the Firebrand Necro isn't going to split up, right? They're going to go for one or the other in that case. In which case, like, whoever's alone maybe can kite it out. Like the NG, let's say, for example, kites away with stealth, and then like when they get to him, he stealths away, and then the Rev resets at that point. They swap, and you know, there's probably some kind of way that they can stall this out, especially in the blue side spawn. It's so much room to kite in the back. So, also the NG providing a little bit of support with the healing turret is also going to be important for the survival of the Rev. So let's get started with this next game. Predictions are blue team probably going to win this. I'm not expecting red team to adapt well enough to take this on, but you never know. They might be listening right now. They might have rethought their strategy. So let's see how this goes. Blue team actually starting off in the position that does not get the platform in the beginning, just like last round. So their positioning will be a little bit worse than, let's say, a team on red team would be. Gets that fear off nice, negating that pressure there from the Necromancer Spartan. Spartan cutting away and getting good damage.
Leads off the start. However, the stability is popping nonetheless. Grubby
so much damage on Grubby.
Oh, gets
so much burn. So much. Oh, he gets yes. But man, so much pressure. The clip's about to be forced. There's no way they bring this back. The NG goes down, and yeah, that's about it. I don't think there's much they can do. They're still trying to trade, get the kill in the beginning. Yeah. All right, so our next match here will be Naru and Helio versus Sorum and Peanut. So this is going to be, it could be a little interesting, maybe. It depends. I think that the Firebrand Necro is just a stronger comp, and that they'll for sure outlast the blue team, or you know, Sorum and what's the other Firebrand name? Peanut. I think they'll be able to outlast them, and the pressure from the Necro is going to be too much for them to deal with. However, I think that there's a small window in like the beginning, toward the beginning middle of the game, where where the Firebrands can get maybe a meme kill in the beginning. That's pretty much their only way. And I think that if Helio takes Signet, which he's not, okay, he's taking Stand Your Ground, which that's a good idea too. I think Stand Your Ground is a very strong pick because instead of preparing for the death of your Necro, you just prevent him from dying with the stab, right? You have so much more.
Yeah,
you have more stab application.
The way for them to really secure those kills is with the rake in, pulling them into
To
the
CC
symbols
into
and
the
then taking
symbols,
a
yeah,
bunch of
exactly.
damage.
Yeah, I think that's a veteran pick from Helio there.
Yeah, I like that choice. As you said, red team does. I mean, the double guard DPS guard does have a chance to kind of meme it out in the beginning. Both of them charging up their mantras here. I'm gonna watch Thorin.
All right.
See what kind of pressure they can put out onto the Scourge. I mean, it's really interesting because they both lay down so much AoE cleave, and it's like, do they want to stand in each other's cleave? When is it a good time to trade? It's really tough to tell.
Yeah, and already F3 team getting forced out by Helio wants to prevent a lot of that early game pressure because that's pretty much I think what red team is banking on. They're just trying to get an early kill. They're going to push a lot of their buttons just to get a lot of pressure out here, and I think what they're going to realize is that blue team is just going to play it safe until they have no cooldowns and then just kind of clean them up. And I think maybe a good idea for red team is to really realize that and kind of back up and get their cooldowns back up before they try to go for an all-in again. Slowly doing damage, forcing some cooldowns, and then go for the all-in with all the symbols eventually, right?
Right.
So Kenpachi's taking a lot of pressure here. Doesn't have his heal. Actually gonna go down here.
Not able to get the heal mantra in time.
Yeah, that's about as much as we expected. I'm not really quite sure that Naru and Helio are gonna drop rounds to these guys. If they do, it'll be very unexpected and probably just a meme game, to be honest.
They're so experienced with their positioning and their cooldowns, and they know when they can go in and when they can't. And I just don't see somebody who's as observant as Helio kind of just like making a big enough mistake that you would allow Naru to just get killed before he popped anything.
Yeah, I think that red team should probably make a comp adjustment if that's a possibility for them. Maybe do like.
Well, I think all they can do is change their trait lines, or not their trait lines. Excuse me, their traits themselves. I don't think there's enough adjustments that they could make to do it. I mean, maybe just sticking on the Firebrand. Like if you just try to, I really don't know what they could do. I'm not too familiar with the DPS guard, but
if they were like Reaper, Harrier, Firebrand, like first of all I don't think that beats the blue team's comp, but it's more like there's more like potential to maybe kill something with the amount of damage that Reaper does when it's fragging out.
Yeah,
so,
it's just so tough for them because it's like you can port in, you can be on the Necro, but he's gonna throw down his elite. He's gonna throw down his what are those things called? The F key buttons.
The shrouds.
Yeah, the shrouds.
Shades. The shades. Yeah.
Shades. Yeah. So he's gonna throw those down, and it's like, do you stand on top of him? And it's like, okay, well if I back off now, he's gonna be standing in a no port, and I have to run through all this cleave to get back to him. So it's really just it's a really tough game of when do you engage on it? When do you play defensively? When can you push in? Like it's really tough. But
and as we get started, yeah, I'm watching Naru right now as well. Gets CC there pretty hard. He's gonna pop the elite.
That's a lot of damage on Kenpachi.
The thing is, both these guardians are actually they're sages, right? I think they're both sages guards, so they get a lot of their damage negated by the F3 tome. Whereas, like with Harrier Firebrands, there's a lot of power damage that comes out. And I think that might have been the adjustment that we should have been seeing, is that they switched to more damage-oriented Firebrands, or power base. Yeah, but I think they're kind of just locked in here.
CC, but his heal mantra is not up yet. He's got a couple others, but he just has too much pressure on. No time to cast them.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end for them. And Naru and Helio will be moving into the finals. The next game we'll be seeing is Anya and Popaz versus Bo and Spartan. This is going to be a mirror match, I believe. So, as we were saying, the last three teams, I mean, it seems like the last three teams that are available or are out there in this tournament are going to be Firebrand Necro, which is kind of what we expected. Not really anything new there. Firebrand Necro is pretty good, although there is one comp that's better. But
don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah. Just saying. It's just
okay,
saying.
This is going to be... I'm actually excited for this. I do not know who's going to win this.
Yeah, this is kind of a toss-up. I think that... my money is on blue. However, I think that red probably has a more experienced guard.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've seen this guy on Guardian quite a bit. I think
Yeah, I think Bo plays guard a good amount. I think they're gonna have a slight Guardian advantage.
he is
But-
opting for the Signet though, so it'll be interesting to see how much that actually affects his ability to keep his Scourge alive.
Yeah.
So,
Versus yeah, actually I think that's a change up from Popaz. I think he was running Signet earlier in this tournament. I think he swapped off now.
yeah,
Interesting.
he might have seen what Helio was doing and kind of realized, oh, I should.
Yeah,
run that.
probably. Yeah, that's most likely
Yeah.
what happened. Yeah. All right.
I
So
also think that Spartan though does have a slightly better utility setup. He's got the Plague Signet, so that's going to help him out a lot, I think.
Yeah. He does. He has. That's right. He has 2 stun breaks available. Maybe has a little bit less Shroud gain, but probably not that big of a deal because Necro has a pretty easy time getting Shroud these days anyway. So I think anytime that a team is camping on top of somewhere, and a team is trying to push and take it, the Gasoline Breach will probably be coming out in this fight. Nobody seems to be taking advantage of the pillar yet, so they're kind of just using this LOS on the stairs to try to get as much pressure as they can. Red team kind of have the better positioning right now, and Anya kind of leaps in there, getting good amount of pressure off on Spartan right now. Spartan gets that good transfer off onto Anya. Anya getting cleansed here. They still don't have the best position.
I'm comparing the Firebrand's cooldowns right now, and they are like virtually identical in terms of what they have and what they don't, what tomes they're in, and everything else. So it's a super even match right here. Anya does have a lot of barrier at his disposal, though. That's worth.
Anya's putting really good pressure right now on the Necro. The Necro actually manages to get a swap back on to Popaz. Actually separating, Popaz is able to separate the Firebrand Necro there a little bit with the Shield 5 knockback, and they seem to be swapping onto the Firebrand right now. Bo taking so much pressure, Spartan taking so much pressure, they're kind of separated. I don't believe that Bo has any tomes available right now. No, he does not. He's going to go down.
Oh no, he just ran out of cooldowns. Yeah,
just a little bit. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, just to get out sustained before the timer even hit. I mean, I think we should see the Signet being taken off. I don't see the Signet coming into play in this, and I think the extra utility that he'd get from having something else, like maybe I'm not super familiar with Firebrand cooldowns, but I'm sure
The
there's
Cleanse
something you
Mantra.
can run that would.
The Cleanse Mantra
Yeah.
is solid. I mean, it's just a solid button versus the Signet. Overall, I mean, it was kind of even toward like the middle of the fight, but you could definitely see that the pressure from Anya was definitely a lot more real. Like he was being super aggressive at the times he needed to be, and he split them up good. And at that one point, Bo had nothing, and they got Connie Bomb, and that was it. That's just how it goes.
It looks like Bo does swap off of the Signet, so that's gonna add a little bit more sustain for them as well.
Yeah, this should be a little bit more even now. Hopefully. I think I'm going to take a look at Anya again this round.
Okay, yeah. I do feel like Anya should have switched up utilities, but he is going to stick with the Trail of Anguish and the Spectral Walk. We'll see how this plays out for them in round number 2. Blue team up 1-0 right now.
Anya looking to be a little bit aggressive here. Gets pretty solid aggressive positioning here. Avoiding a lot of that damage. Getting pretty solid damage onto Spartan right now. Still has a lot of his Shroud. He still has the Shroud 5 skill available. It just doesn't have enough Shroud to use it yet. Gets a pretty solid Corrupt off. Might drop. Yeah, he drops the Shroud right there. Let me check the Firebrand cooldowns right now. We seem to have Popaz in F3 Tome at the moment, and F3 Tome has already been used for Bao. He actually pops the F2 Tome, so Blue team is ahead in that sense. Still have a lot of monsters
pops the Elite, and that does a lot of pressure. Dangerously low. Able to
Popaz in the F2. Oh my god, they're taking so much pressure right now. They kind of turned that around with the amount of damage coming out from Spartan.
They did. Spartan's Breach there was really good. Got a lot of value out of that. And his Plague Signet's going to be off cooldown as well. Red team actually looking pretty solid. With a minute left before the gas comes up, I think it will come down to the gas.
Yeah, Bo has actually just finished his F2 Tome. And both actually, Popaz still in his F2 Tome. He's taking so much damage. He's still got that last tick of the heal, but he doesn't want to use EA. He wants to get that power off. Maybe wait for another tick of the heal, then maybe use it right now. There we go. Pretty solid pressure, counter pressure coming in from Anya.
Ooh. Bo might go down here. Oh, that's a lot of condies.
Oh, that's a lot of. Oh, the pull coming out from Popaz. Really solid pull. And they're getting kind of corralled into that zone with at the bridge. Good positioning for after the smoke comes in, but at the moment, actually they're managing to bring it back a little bit.
Potential turnaround here. This is looking actually pretty solid for both teams. I mean, Red actually has the more advantageous positioning, if you ask me. The gas is coming up now. I mean, this could be.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to end this right now. Ready? The Popaz actually just had his F3 tome come up, and the gas has started, and they were topped off already. The Necro on Red is definitely going to go down here. The resistance coming out, negating all the pressure from from Red Team right now. So I really don't see Red Team winning this. They need a huge burst right now on Anya or something. And Soren gets taken down. There's no possibility for a res, and he's going to get taken down unless Bao manages to knock someone into the smoke. I think we're going to be seeing
that was
take it.
That was a great observation. Yeah, you were absolutely right about that. He just had the tome up at exactly the right time, and that's what needed to happen there when it came down to the gas. And that's why I think the final could be actually really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of potential for a mistake to happen and to not be prepared for that gas coming up. Because I feel like when both Firebrand Scourge duos play well, neither of them should die before the gas, right?
Right.
Like it should take more than 2 minutes for that 2v2 to end. So, wow, I don't know.
This is going to be a really tight matchup. I mean, obviously, I think Naru and Helio have the advantage, but there is definitely potential for, there's potential that Red could take a game or two off, I think. I mean, I don't think so, but it's possible. It depends. Here's what it's going to depend on. It's going to depend on the communication between the Firebrand and the Necros. Because, I mean, you have two solid players, like two good players playing Necro, right? I mean, yeah, Naru's more experienced. Anya still, I mean, he knows how to do damage, right? That's what's the most important. But if the communication needs to be there for the Firebrand Necros to, stay in the resistance or go in, like, when you're playing with the Firebrand, they tell you can go in, like, trust me, I have cooldowns up. And that communication is super, super helpful to stay ahead.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this best of 5 finals here. Grand finals coming out here. Let's follow Naru. Let's see how he does, because he doesn't have the red side this time. They're giving Anya the red starting side. So we're gonna see how he starts the game.
This is a complete skill matchup. I mean, both teams have the identical same set, same build, same comp. Like I mean, as we predicted, Naru gonna have a lot of experience on Necro. I think that's gonna show. But this is a volatile matchup with the gas.
Big breach getting dropped. So much damage from the breach coming out already. Anya, let me see what the Firebrand has been forced to use. Already F3 tome coming out from Popaz. I'm not sure if Helio is actually an F3 as well. So traded out cooldowns there. Anya looking a little bit lower though. And they both just came out of the F3. Let's see. Both F3s have been consumed already. F2 is still available for both teams. Anya's still on the losing end of the pressure though.
Yeah,
a lot of damage here.
Naru got full HP, but I mean his cooldowns have been blown as well. He's got nothing left essentially. He's just relying on the Firebrand to keep him up. His heal's going to be up in a couple of seconds, so he should be okay. Anya's heal still off cooldown though. I mean it looked really one-sided at the beginning, but it's just so hard to tell. There's a lot of potential to get a big burst at the right time and potentially kind of swing things around.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is the kill windows are going to come when the elites come up, right? And I know right now Anya's not looking too hot. I think he's going to be okay. Gets that nice fear off, separates the Firebrand Necro. That's huge. He should probably try to LOS Naru. Oh, he separates Naru more. This is really big. Probably calling for Helio right now to give him some support. Helio is out of tomes. He only has his staff skills available right now. The tomes will probably be up. Both Firebrand F3s will be up at the end of timer. So right now,
ooh, Anya's heal
right on the defensive
there.
Ooh, that's not good. He needs to get that heal off before the timer reaches 0. Has his transfer up, actually swaps out of staff. And the elites are up again. This is where they need to kind of reset. I don't know why Anya... How did Anya just port in like that?
I feel like Red just kind of gave up the advantage positioning there. They took a lot of damage pushing through that choke, but I mean, so did both teams, quite honestly. Anya getting really pressured there. The timer is in effect right now. The gas is coming out.
Both F3s pop for both teams too, but only 2 ticks left of F3 available. And actually, Popaz jumping into the F2 just to get some cleanse off, And I think that with the positioning that blue team have right now and the health advantage, they're probably going to be able to pull out this game.
Yeah,
Anya
Naru's
doing some
sitting
last pressure before he gets taken down. Oh man, he doesn't have much to do damage with. He's got the corrupt
This is
available.
so
Get some
close,
corrupt
but
fear.
Naru-
Get the corrupt fear.
Naru's
Oh,
so close.
fear chain. He's fearing him into the smoke. But
This
the cleanse
could be
comes out
big,
from
but-
Helio. Helio taking so much
7%.
damage. Helio could go down. Helio.
Naru
Oh
dangerous.
my
low,
god,
look
they're
at
both
that,
getting
look at
taken
that.
down there. Helio goes down first. They need to make sure
Oh
they
my
die
God.
close to the smoke. Or away from the smoke.
Naru's still
Oh my
alive,
god.
I think.
Naru. Oh my god. I think Helio will die first.
Wait, what?
No.
It could be a round.
Dude, no. Anya's dead. Anya's dead. Wow.
Oh
Yeah, the
my
positioning,
God.
the positioning of the deaths was crucial. I think they really needed to tuck their bodies as far to the edge as possible, and that really just. I mean, that fear chain coming out from Anya at that end of the game was super.
That was such a turnaround. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. Anya was sitting at what, 3 KHP? Naru had 20 KHP. The fact that they were able to turn that around and make it so close and come down to positioning of bodies to the smoke is just really insane to me. Yeah, wow, that's just crazy. The difference in Necro experience really not showing as much as we thought it would.
It really, actually, I think I just heard something in chat. I think Naru is blood. Okay, so yeah, blood is definitely strong against Chris's in a straight 1v, like 2v2, and that showed. That really did show in the beginning. The pressure that Naru was putting out compared to Anya during that whole game, and the pressure that he was taking was much less compared to Anya, right? But as soon as the timer went into effect, Naru had less pressure. So that's where you see, if it's actually worse for blue team to hit timer, I believe, because the healing isn't going to be as much. You're not going to get as much value from the healing. You'll get way more value out of the damage after timer, right? So Anya getting pressure, so Anya's
Oh
down.
my god!
That's it.
Wow.
Yikes. Okay. All
To
right.
think that the first round was so close and Anya just totally evaporated from Naru there. Naru just immediately proving me wrong with my previous statement. That was just an insane amount of damage. I don't know how that happened.
I just don't think they were prepared. I think I don't know what exactly happened to Popaz there, but I saw Anya get Condy bombed like crazy, and
Yeah.
maybe Popaz got CC'd, maybe he got flustered with his cooldowns there, maybe he got, he just didn't think that much damage was coming out. Maybe he was already trying to get into a tome. I think maybe he got into the F3 a little bit too late. I think that's what happened. So unfortunate there for him. If he got the F3 earlier, all that pressure would have been averted, right? So, I think that blue team had just a really strong start, and it could still be close. Like, this isn't over yet, so. However, we are most likely going to be seeing a 3-0 here, but let's see if red team turn it
with
around.
the first round being as close as it was, if they're
They're
able
going to need
kinda
to play
shoot-
a very long game. They need to play
Yeah.
it to the very end game, I think.
I mean, if they can laugh that last round off and kind of keep it together, there's still a chance for them.
Anya getting a really solid fear, getting them away from
Yeah.
the staircase.
Yeah, that gives them good positioning.
Be corrupt.
Naru gets another CC. Like that's really good pressure. That's an excellent start for red.
This is where Naru kind of wants to push in, I think. Naru's like,
Oh,
alright,
but
that's
the bleach on the stairs. That's going to separate Anya from the firebrand. It takes a lot of damage for that. Good call by Naru to drop that there.
I think the breach usage, actually, it has been a big difference maker. Like, Anya didn't get very much value out of his breach right there, whereas when Naru used it, he got a lot of value.
Yeah, Anya dangerously low right now as well. I mean, this early, it's not a great sign, but this is sort of more or less how the first round started out.
Yeah, and this is what you would expect, right? The more experienced Necro and playing Blood has so
Look
much
at the positioning
counter.
right now. This is
Yeah, good positioning right now from Red Team. They need to maybe back up here right now because they don't have too many cooldowns. Anya does have the Spectral Walk available. Maybe he can cut away and port back up. Man, Popaz does not have many peels for him right now. He's only got stab skills available left. Gets a stab off to get the Empower.
ooh.
Let's see. Let's check out Anya. Anya is definitely hurting a bit. Doesn't have any Shroud. Can't really use any of his Shroud skills right now. He's getting Fear Chained into a corner. Nice transfer though. Gets a Fear and then into the transfer.
I mean, Naru's sitting at 99%. He's looking really solid right now as well.
Let's see how Zama's
not all the virtues, but
Helio's got nothing. Helio has nothing.
yeah.
No tomes, no nothing. So if red team survives this, heals up before timer, yeah, both teams will have F3 for the trade, right?
Right.
But
I mean,
this is when Anya's team will. This is good. This is good for Anya. A lot of pressure going out to Helio. Helio has no tomes
where
right
he
now.
needs to top him off too. 81%.
And red team actually goes in to the timer with the advantage in terms of health. However, Anya did take a pretty big boost for that.
Naru looking this.
And you see Helio's camping F3, right? He's camping F3 so he can get, you know, as many resistance fields as possible. And another one going to be coming
nice
out.
knockdown followed by the corrupt. I mean, I don't know.
Helio actually swaps into F2 there to get some more cleanse. I think Anya. Oh, actually, wait. Let me check the elites right now. The elites are down for both players right now. And Naru not sure whether he can actually push into this. Naru taking so much damage. Naru having to kite back a little bit, but Anya might get taken down here. Anya needs to pop Shroud. Quick. Pop Shroud gets a lot of pressure on Naru. He needs to make sure his body goes down away from the
TC
smoke.
gonna drag him back though. Naru goes down first. Now
Goes down. Oh my god. He's going for the stomp.
Comes down for the stop. Oh, I don't get this.
Oh
time.
my god, it's still going though. Oh, and Helio goes down, not close enough to the edge, and that's gonna be one round for the red team.
Wow, I'm honestly really impressed with how calm they can stay in that situation with the gas approaching them, being able to save their cooldowns. You know like, okay, I'm fine. I have barrier here. I mean, just that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, no, and I think it went as we predicted too, right? Like the game was heavily in favor of blue team, right? It was super. I mean, like not in terms of comps or anything, but like in the beginning, they're just putting on the heat. They're putting on so much pressure. It's only when the timer hits that the builds swap in terms of their efficiency.
Right.
Like the curses does so much more in a situation like that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm sure blue team is not too flustered about that. They're both my teammates. Both of them are Team USA players.
They need one more, and red needs two more. So it's definitely not time for them to be getting nervous yet. But I mean, red has showed that they can make it close and they can pull one out. So by no means should they be slacking off here. Opening up again, Naru gets a good fear on Anya, gonna knock him off of the positioning, but.
Yeah, Anya is gonna be probably taking a decent amount of damage here. Actually, kind of gets an interesting breach there. Not a horrible breach. Not a horrible breach. It was kind of tucked away. It was kind of hard to see. Let me see if the breach is still available from Naru. Naru used it as well, so they both kind of trade the breaches there. It tends to happen a lot when Necros are right on top of each other, and everyone's kind of clumped up on each other like we just saw. Anya actually getting. Actually, no, that's Naru. Naru putting on some really solid pressure onto Anya right now. And getting the corrupt on the stab. So that's what you want to be looking for as a Necro, right? You're always watching for when the guard is giving the Necro stab. It's a free fear. Naru thinking about using his sunbreak there, but knows that it's going to give him stab. It could potentially continue the fear chain and waited for Helio and trusted him to give him the cleanse. Naru and Helio pulling back a little bit here. Anya and Popaz getting pretty solid positioning right now. And actually, Anya gets a pretty solid fear onto Naru as well, knocking him off the top terrain. They have good positioning. Let me check the tomes right now for both teams. It seems that Helio is in his F2, F3 is down right now, and same thing for Popaz. They're trading cooldowns at the same time. And for right now, this is going well for red, because they want to just live. They want to live until timer. It's got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, not a bad start. I mean, it looks just the way it has in the past few games, with maybe a little bit more pressure going out from blue onto red, but red still managing to kind of Anya and Adawolf hanging in there, just waiting for that timer. Like you said, 20 seconds left now until the timer comes into play.
Popaz getting some pretty solid
thing
heals
now
right
is
now.
making sure you've got the right tomes up and having good positioning. It looks like Naru and Helio know that, and they're kind of putting themselves between this safety and the gas.
Yeah, absolutely. They know that positioning is crucial. And the full heal, and they full heal right before the gas. Actually, that's a lot of barrier too. They're not full health. But to be honest, this is not bad for red team. Both F3 tomes are available right now. F3 tome comes out for Helio and for Popaz. They're going to be able to negate the necro pressure. We're going to see if the corrupts are able to get through to the resistance and pressure through those resistance fields.
Oh,
Anya,
breach getting dropped by Anya. That's going to do a lot of
breach.
damage.
Oh, he gets transferred on. He needs to stop the stab and transfer again.
Ooh,
Big transfer. Gets
coming
corrupt on
up, though.
Naru.
A nice
And he gets
corrupt.
shrouded. Big shroud damage. Oh my god, so much pressure on
Dude,
Naru
this
right
is
now.
big.
I'm not sure.
And they've got the positioning that they want too.
You know what? Helio got into the F2 tone quick enough to cleanse Naru. That was huge.
Oh,
So let me see if that's available right now.
Change, though. Gonna need to get that barrier.
Damn, he
He'll
goes
not
down,
come
and I
off in
think this is
time.
going to be the end. I don't know if he has a knockback available. I don't know if Pope has a knockback available, but
No.
Popaz goes down.
That is
Blue
it.
team takes game 4, and they are your champions.
Well,
tight
I'll be
games.
honest, I didn't expect Firebrand Scourge versus Firebrand Scourge to be that entertaining, but you know what? That was a lot of fun to watch. Those were some really good games. I think Anya and Outerwolf really gave a pretty good show, considering the fact that these aren't their main classes.
Yeah. And I believe now the winning team gets 1,000 gold and a chance to fight the Shoutcaster team if they so wish to. So let's see here. Championship round. Best of 5. 500G against Shoutcasters.
Are you really doing this?
if they want to.
Make them swap comp. I don't want to play that nonsense.
Nonsense. I don't know. I don't know if they're willing to do it, to be honest. I'm gonna wait here in a second. I'm gonna see if we can get more content going. If not, that will probably be end of the stream here. I'm gonna give it back to Mike. Mike, why don't you take it here? Take it from here.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Mike.
Yeah,
that was
thank
fun.
you
Yeah,
so
thank
much,
you for
guys.
having
I
us.
really, really appreciate it, guys. Shoutcasting, you did an incredible job. And I'm going to do another tourney tomorrow, but it's going to be a smaller one. But Saturday, it's going to be a big 3v3. So if you guys want to come back and Shoutcast it again, I'm going to do a big one. I'm going to be promoting all week. So it should be a lot of teams, a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It was a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
All right, later, Mike.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys.
Thank you everyone on Twitch for coming, guys. I really appreciate it and all the follows. I do tourneys almost every day. It's smaller ones, 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. I want to start doing 5v5s, but that's a little far away for now. Thanks again for the follow. I really appreciate that, man. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm probably going to do some unranked in a couple minutes if you want to watch, but thank you so much. Thanks so much for the follow, man. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys were fucking awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave it on the tourney. I want to see if any of these guys want to enter and fight. If they fight, I'll leave it on so you guys can watch a little bit.